Yeah, can yeah, now I think we are connected and you can see me. So basically, it's also saying I'm live streaming, but when I'm live streaming, I'm not live streaming. I don't know what is happening, man. There's some problem, constant problem is there. I really not understanding the matter because I'm not streaming. It's showing live streaming. Some problem is coming. Okay, now it is showing I'm live. I don't know how long I'm live. Now it is showing I'm live. I don't know. This is some problem. Either I'm live or not live. I really do not know. Just a minute. Wait for few seconds. Wait for a few seconds. It's saying that I'm live streaming. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe I'm live streaming. So anyway, the problem is that uh, that the obviously they are talking about the privacy matters, but my topic was something different. So I wanted to use this logic of privacy with respect to social media platform. So just to go quickly into the matter, I just want you to uh, uh, just wanted to want you to tell that uh, that this 4 5 social media platforms are the major ones. Now how you see which information that you share are public and private. So if you go to any social media account, so you will find that any content that you publish. So if I talk about see if I talk about Facebook, right? If I talk about Facebook, so you will see in Facebook, whenever you share any article or you write something, so you can always share either public or with friends, or they give an option of custom, or they give an option of groups. So you will see any article that you publish, you have an option to select whether you want to publish it as a publish your article or whatever you have shared in with publicly, or with friends, or customs, or groups, right? Or you can only share with yourself. Share with me. There is an option called share with me only, right? So if you look at, if you try to understand how Facebook provide you freedom to choose your own privacy. Now Facebook knows everything, whether you share it with yourself, others. Facebook has all the records. So it doesn't matter to Facebook as a company, but other than Facebook, other informations are, you can select where you want to share. So if you share any document, any of your um, any of the things, pictures, text, anything that you share publicly. So if there is a public tag against your post, so that means anyone can see it. So anyone can see it. So if someone searches the topic or the hashtags, or by words or by your name, so they can, anything you have written publicly will be available to them, right? So any post that you have public tag is available to you. So this is list private. So if you go by the degree of privacy on Facebook, so this is list private. If you share it with friends, if you share it with friends, one level up privacy, because only the friends can see them. Only the friends can see them. And if anybody just search by hashtag or by words, your article or your post may not come up to public forum. So people who are not connected with you directly may not access what you are sharing with friends. Now this is safer. So lot of people will see that many things people just post publicly, which is a default sharing mode. So when you say share anything publicly, it goes to everyone. So there is no filter, anybody can access it. But if you choose to share with your friends, and if you create the privacy for your friends and select for any post, if you select friends in your privacy, then major I mean from the outlier, the things are only shared with your friends, so outer world do not have access to it, right? So it is only being shared with your friends. um, Now if your friends of friends, if your friend choose to share your article with their friends, then it can again go to they can access it. Even for a private account they can access your article if your friend choose to share with their friends, right? So that can happen, but you yourself is not sharing anything publicly. So administrative bodies, they may not have direct access to the articles that you are sharing, to the topic that you are sharing. So it's much more secure than putting your content publicly. Now custom means you can choose with whom. So now your friend list may have 1,000 friends, but custom means you can choose whom you want to include or exclude. So you can exclude certain people from your friend group, and it will not be shown in their timeline, so they can't access it. But I think they can still access if they go to your timeline. I think they can still access it if they choose to go to your timeline. I'm not sure about it, but definitely this will not show in their timeline or in a notification, and nothing will come up if you choose, if you exclude some people from viewing it, right? In public there is no other option. Exclude custom means always with friends, but except one or some people whom you have chose to not share with. Groups means you in Facebook you always participate in certain groups. So yeah, so you always participate in certain groups. So or you are part of certain groups, so you can share only with the group. There are certain group which are closed groups. So the closed groups, people cannot access the material that you are sharing, because even your friends has to have um, access to the groups to get what you are writing there. So groups are more protected, but not protected to the extent that anybody part of the group can access what you are writing. But again, it's not a public forum, it's more like a society. You are not going to so if you think physically, you are not going to roads and shouting things, you are getting into an institution and talking about it. So something like that, people may not take action for it, or may take if certain things are provocative or something against society or something, or somebody complains. In those cases, um, sharing within groups can also be harmful. But certain groups are closed, certain posts are approved by the publishers, so they may choose not to publish if the certain elements are harmful in the group. So in that way people can filter. And yeah, so groups are, so if you say this, if you say this, so suppose this is the universe. If I draw it properly, suppose this is the universe. I'm going actually outside my board, so it is showing like this. So suppose this is the universe, this is you in the universe, right? You in the universe. This is public, matlab this is public. Everyone can, public means the whole box is public, everyone can see it. Within that, this is you. Now suppose these are your friends, suppose these are the groups where you share your material. Now when you say public, so every element goes there publicly for whole lot of people, anybody can access it. Now if you say friend, so only the friends can access it. If you say custom, so suppose you do not want to share your article with this person, so it will be shared only with this four and not this one, because you have excluded this person. Now if you share with a group, now if the group the friends will not have access to what you are sharing in a group if this is a closed group, right? But if this is an open group, again it will be a public article, so anybody can access it. But if it is a closed group, then if one of your friend is part of the group, then they can access what you are publishing, otherwise they will not, have access. But in group there are people who are not your friend, right? You are understanding it? So they are not your friend, so they will so yeah, so it can be riskier when you are publishing writing something, but groups are always formed basis a subject. So it can be like travel and tourism, so it can be like Jaipur travel, so one group can be Jaipur travel. So you publish things in Jaipur travel, any interesting things there, you can share there, and people in that particular group can access. If it is a closed group, so, and if it is an open group, then it's a public document. So there is no protection as such, but it is published in a group. So even there will be a group tag even if it is going publicly. If even if it has a even if the article is publicly going publicly available for everyone, but the group tag will be there that you have shared this article in a particular group which is a open group. So in that case it can happen. So this is the way Facebook give you freedom. Now if you only share with you, that means it is not going anywhere, it is within your profile itself, it's not getting published or shared in your timeline, and no one can access it. So this is closed if you only share with yourself. So this is the way Facebook give you privacy thing. Yeah. So now let's talk about Twitter. Now Twitter is danger. Twitter have very less privacy feature. So if you talk about Twitter, so it is either public or DM. DM is direct messaging. So anything you write, whatever you are addressing, anything you have written on Twitter is publicly available. Anybody knows about your particular ID, they can go and check anything you have written on Twitter. So it has list filter in that way. So you are only sharing things if you want to write something publicly. So there is no such filter, but they give you a direct messaging option. If a person is connected with you, you can directly put a message to them, and which don't get published, don't get published otherwise. So it is only one to one. So suppose for Facebook, this is one to one for Facebook. Rules are like this. Sorry, for Facebook rules are like one to one, one to some, right? One to many, and one to all. So Facebook provide privacy in this four ways. So one to one means you are only and one to zero also. So one to one means you are directly texting somebody through Messenger. You are using Facebook Messenger for one-to-one conversation. One to some means you are using your friend, sharing things with your friends. This is for Messenger. This is for Messenger. One to many, it can be in groups. So anybody in the groups can access it. One to all mean public. One to serve friends or custom option. One to zero means only with me kind of thing. So you're sharing only with yourself. So that way Facebook provide you privacy. Um, ये total कैसे आ रहा है भाई? Yeah, but on if you go to Twitter, if you go to Twitter, so Twitter have only one to all or one to one option. So Twitter has only two options. One to all means publicly available. Anything you write go to public. And one to one means you can direct message or DM somebody on Twitter. So in that way Twitter is least protected. So whenever you express your thoughts, as per my understanding, is it better to go through Facebook rather than on Twitter, because Twitter things are more direct. And not only that, you can also one to one is a direct messaging, and also happen one to one conversation which is publicly available. So they have another type of filtering. So suppose you are using at the rate, suppose you are writing something to Government of India, so at the rate Government of India, so this is one to one conversation, but it has a public access, so anybody can check. If they go to your profile, they can check whether this article is available, uh, whether you have written something to somebody or not. I'm also checking at my phone whether yeah, I'm also checking. Just a minute. Yeah, so in Twitter, uh, um yeah, so in Twitter, there are very less number of filters. So you need to be really careful whenever you write something on Twitter. If you are absolutely sure, I don't think anybody can take action basis Facebook if it is not publicly posted. If you, so the thing is, if I share something with my friends, the concept is, so I am talking to my friends, so I can say anything. I am not provoking anybody, I am not making statement against anybody, I am not provoking people to anything or making derogatory comment. Even if I am doing it, I am sharing with my friends who are in my circle, right? So um, so anybody who accept my friendship, they are also accepting that they are ready to be driven by the idea of both, right? So I am also accepting that whatever he will share, I will accept it as a content, and he will also accept it, and we are not sharing publicly. That means we are not making any public statement, we are just talking to each other. It can be derogatory also, but the protection is higher because I am not publicly doing any activity. So in that way it is much more protected. If you just keep your articles or keep your post within your friends group, you know, and if you choose to share things in a broader group, then select group which are closed, you know, and the administration can choose who can be part of the group of that particular group's administration can choose. Yeah, and that way it is still protected but broader. Obviously you are, so like you are getting into an institution, right? So in that way Twitter and Facebook works. So mainly these things are there. Instagram is more so work like Twitter, but Instagram is like, so Instagram you're sharing pictures, videos. So majorly the contents are pictures and videos. You can define what pictures you are sharing. That thing has been there, but majorly you are, so it's a medium to share attachments. So the technical term is attachment. So majorly it's attachment, and also you can DM somebody, direct put it, share a direct message, that you can do, which is not publicly available. So you can also create a group of people and then share a message. That also you can do. You can create a group within the system itself and share your things there. Um, so Instagram works like that. Other than that, what we talked about, yeah, YouTube. So YouTube is also kind of works like Twitter. Works like Twitter. So either it is public or absolute public or absolute private. So you can keep your videos private, absolute private, without publishing it in platforms. You can just record it, upload it, keep it private, and nobody is going to access it. It's only saved in your particular profile, and either otherwise you can go to public. So if you go to public, uh, anybody can, like, anybody can see it. The YouTube also has similar pattern like Twitter. So except Facebook, which give you a lot of options, um, Twitter, YouTube, mostly these are platforms where also. But one thing is, um, in other thing is, you can also block people. So there is an option of blocking. So even so suppose for Twitter, sorry, what I'm writing. So just a minute. ये क्यों नहीं होता है? I don't want to go. इरेजर है क्या? इरेजर पे मोटा नहीं है. So another privacy options that these people provide is called block. So block. So this block option is there in everywhere. It's Instagram, your Twitter, your Facebook, your YouTube. So block means these guys will never be able to access your content, and you have to provide a reason for blocking, because it's not a general principle of this platform to like block somebody. But if you are blocking somebody, they wanted to know the reasons of blocking. So you can choose certain people not to view your content. You can block them from accessing your profile. That access they give. So that's an option given. Yeah, so blocking, yeah, so in that way you can do it. But other than that, I think this is the overall privacy. This is the way social media handles privacy. Now you can choose which kind of element you want to share where, so be, and especially more controversial platforms are like Twitter, because people just forget that it's a public platform. So whatever you are writing is directly going to certain person, and yeah, so directly available. If you are doing hashtag, so your message can pop up word searching by the hashtag much easily. If you are just writing on your profile, so if you are a popular person, if you have a lot of followers, so hashtag means anybody can access by the hashtag name. So suppose you are not using a hashtag, so either you are using a hashtag or you are not using any hashtag. So that means it's staying in your profile publicly available, but it may not pop up in anyone's screen. Only if you are following, if some people are following, if some people are following you, they can their your message will pop up in their screen that you have written something, so in that way it will affect. But other than that, it's a public forum. Anything you write, it's there. You can't really filter them out um, from people. So yeah, so that way the privacy things are being managed now. Even after um, having this mechanism, and different platforms having a different level of privacy and algorithm to like frame the platform in a way, but still the discussion is on, because they see that lot of agenda driven posts are circulated, a lot of things, a lot of provocative statements happen for people, against people. Um, uh, so uh, so certain people are having this mentality that uh, they want some control over social media post. Not only that, also the companies can use your database for their own benefit. um, so so in that way, there are a lot of advanced artificial intelligence tools are used to monitor you, that what kind of stuffs you share. Also they sell certain data to certain people, which is also the matter of fact that your data gets sold. The several cases came out, especially with respect to Facebook. But yes, but if you so what I wanted to tell, that with the current mechanism, whatever is available right now, you may restrict yourself um, from getting exposed to certain uh, administration. If you really want to keep things private, you can choose your privacy. If you want to talk to somebody directly, you can directly message somebody. If you want to keep little broader and share things with your friends, so only use friends as a privacy in Facebook, so that things don't get publicly available too easily. So that way we can choose your filters of privacy at this point of time. But the discussion is still on, and we may come back on this issue. I need to do certain more research on this, and I need to. I will go through more such article and documents, and we'll see if we can share more information on this matter. But suddenly, it's a matter of discussion, especially, and more so. New platforms are coming up. WhatsApp is there, which is a extremely private uh, kind of a application for direct messaging. So WhatsApp is also there. It's also in controversy to some extent. Um, People, if you share even a derogatory message in WhatsApp, which is in a way a private platform, but if you are doing it in a group, um, and somebody disclose that you have written something in a group which is provocative, then agencies can take action against you. So WhatsApp, which is known to be more private, and but because problem with WhatsApp is that your content, once you become part of a group in a WhatsApp, your content almost get published without any administration of verifying your content. So um, uh, so most of the cases, anything you write remain part of the content, and people can keep a copy of it and can say that okay, within a group you are talking about this, that, uh, which are not the objective. So suppose you are in an education group and suddenly you share a sexual material within your group which is meant to discuss education or your studies, and you suddenly start sharing sexual content, so then it's not, um, yeah, it's kind of a provocation. So people who, some people may deny with the content and, you know, take action. So in that way you need to be really very careful in the group activity, you know. Yeah, so that way you need to be really careful about it. Other than that, I just wanted to highlight very basic elements of privacy in social media. So I'm ending the video because I think I have already gone too far with my video recording today, two consecutive videos, and please watch my previous video and then come to this one, because this is an extended version. So yeah, so please follow and follow me, likes and subscribe my channel. I'm trying my best to like come up with new ideas and concepts so that we can be a little more informative about the world and the things which are around us. I'm not going and hopping into multiple topics one after another. I'm sticking to one, and then my plan is to expand thoughts around one particular topic. So like this one, the topic was different, but we choose to mm, take up and implement it in other aspect, like social media, privacy in social media. So in that way, so anyway, thank you for watching me. These are all little longer videos, and I'm intentionally recording longer videos because I know people get bored, but this live streaming concept has come up well recently, and people are spending hours and hours of time and to get an access. And gradually I will also try to do podcast. um, I may invite certain people to become part of my channel, of my podcast, so that we can discuss things. I can also brought in games here. I am planning to brought in games so that we can play games, or which are anything popular, things like chess. There are a lot of live streams are happening on chess, so we can learn chess here and implement the play it as it is, and with faults and with everything. So learning will happen. We will learn new things, subjects. We'll discuss normal general information. We'll discuss general topics which are trendy in markets, and you can also suggest me whatever you think is right for you. So anyway, thank you for being with me, and have a good day, have a good afternoon, and thank you very much. Bye.